way, sis, you need to find a nearest exit. Okay. Hey babes, it's Trenaejxo, aka Trenaejxo. Welcome back to my channel, guys. I'm so happy to see you again. I'm so happy to be sitting down recording a video for you guys. So today we have a little bit of a fun video in store. Today we're discussing red flags. And I think we covered some good stuff. I posed this question on my social media, and today we're going to just be discussing the answers that I got. So if you guys want to hear some red flags when dating, in case you need some pointers because you're not exactly sure what to look for, then sit tight and keep watching. Okay, so if y'all hear like a loud buzzing noise, it's the cicadas. Just the last video that I did talking about Kevin Samuels, I feel like did pretty good. I got a lot of good feedback. People were leaving like a lot of good comments and stuff. So I was like, okay, maybe me talking about relationships and dating can be a thing. I know people like talking about dating, but I don't know if it was, you know, the whole Kevin Samuels thing because he's really popular right now. But yeah, people seem to really enjoy that video. Today I have another topic because y'all know dating is, it's the ghetto.
The ghetto. The ghetto.
The dating scene is the ghetto. Having to date is ghetto. So I posed this question on Facebook and on Instagram to see, like, you know, what people's answers were. After reading people's like responses, it's clear and apparent that a lot of people don't know what a red flag is. I think people we're getting red flags and deal breakers confused. So I believe that a red flag is like an indicator of like how the relationship would be. So you see a behavior or a characteristic in somebody, and basically it is indicative of how they will act or be in the relationship, how they will treat you, whatever. Let's see, Google says a red flag can be defined as something your partner does that indicates a lack of respect, integrity, or interest towards the relationship. Which, I mean, yeah. I wanted to talk about this because I just wanted to hear people's answers. But I really feel like we always ignore the red flags. So I just wanted to see if people were like aware of red flags and just to hear, like, you know, what people's red flags are. Because everybody's is different, you know. Let's see. For me, I think my red flags would be not being able to communicate, like, because I'm a big communicator, right? So saying something like, I don't want to argue, or you always want to argue when you're trying to have a conversation, to me is a red flag, because I feel like having a conversation about feelings or, you know, how you feel about a situation, if there is a difference, does not mean an argument. That's a red flag. Communication, period. Like lack of communication, not being able to articulate something, like going ghost for periods of time, getting easily like angry about something, that's a red flag. I remember I was dating somebody and like they got really drunk and they became like violent like towards me, and it was probably like after, I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks of dating, and I was like, what the hell? And my stupid tail, instead of running for the hills, child, what did I do? Want to play Captain Save-A-Ho.
You are a dumb hoe. Shut up.
Thinking that I could like, oh my gosh, what's wrong? Let me try to help you figure out your problems or whatever. Stupid girl. Stupid girl. What else could be a red flag? Well, I don't really like dating people with kids no more. That's just not my thing. No disrespect or no shade to the people with kids in the room, but I just, because I don't have any, yeah, I'm just not there, you know. In the past, I've dated people when they had kids and they don't really have a good relationship with their children or their children's mother. Like if they're disrespectful, talking trash about her, like that sort of thing, and not being actively involved in their kids' lives. So those are some of my red flags. So I'm just going to go over like some of the answers that I got from posing this question on social media. So let's see. Someone said phone always turned down. That's a good one. And I've heard this before. So I feel like when people have their phones turned like face down, so like if you're at dinner or out with somebody or around them and their phone is always like face down on the table, people can feel like that is like they're being secretive. They're hiding something like that. Which definitely can be the case. So like, let's not be dumb. But I also feel like in certain instances, like for me, for example, if I'm around somebody and I truly enjoy their company, I would get distracted by my phone. Like if I see a notification or something like that. So I keep my phone face down for that reason sometimes. Sometimes I have a fear that like, I don't want my phone to crack, like, or get something spilled on it, or like, especially like at dinner or something like that. I definitely will probably keep my phone face down sometimes for that reason. But like I said, let's not get it twisted. People definitely keep their phone face down sometimes because they're being sneaky. The girlfriend might be calling, the baby mother might be calling, child, the wife might be calling, okay? Or fellas, listen, her son father might be trying to get back in. They probably might still be messing around on the low. You never know. So sometimes that can be a red flag, but I feel like it's not always the case that someone is being secretive or has something to hide or something like this. So I feel like you have to observe other behaviors. But that is a good one. Someone said never having their children if they are a parent. Yes, I said that though, like definitely. Playing the victim role. Oh my gosh, like that is definitely a red flag. And a lot of people were also saying lack of accountability, which I feel like those two kind of go hand in hand. They're synonymous a little bit. You know, people playing the victim, I believe when people play the victim, that is a lack of accountability. So they are always, basically they never want to take responsibility for the way that they make you feel or the things that they say, their actions, whatever. And that's not good, because you can't be in a situation with someone who always makes you feel like you're at fault for everything. And it's like someone is always doing something to them. I feel like that is like an indicator of like some sort of like past trauma or something like that. Maybe in their life they do that, not just in relationships. And like in the relationship, they could never take responsibility or accountability for things that they do, things that they say, how they make you feel, how they treat you. And playing the victim, always playing the victim, is like they're always going to find some way to manipulate a situation and make it your fault and make it about what you did to them. A lot of times that's like a deflection to take the heat off of them, so that they are never like the quote unquote bad guy, or you know what I mean, so that they never have to again take accountability for their actions. So yeah, that's a good one for sure. Communication was a big one. A lot of people were saying lack of communication. That's definitely a red flag. Like, and that can fall under a lot of different categories. Like, so if you're dating somebody, like before you get serious, I mean, I feel like if you're dating somebody and you notice that every time, like I was mentioning before, every time you try to have a conversation with them, they're like, oh, you always want to argue. They don't know how to talk about a situation without getting offended, or without playing the victim, or without getting defensive. They just don't want to hear you out or even want to talk, because I've had guys that'll be like you might want to talk to them about. Granted, I know I'm an over communicator, okay? So I'm a little bit of a different breed, you know what I'm saying? But like, let's say you want to have a conversation about something, you want to talk about something, and they're like, they never want to talk about it. Like, oh, I don't want to talk about that. Oh, I want to talk about that. And it's like, I can understand if you don't want to talk about something while you're, you know, in the midst of a situation, while people are, emotions are still running high. A situation is like super fresh. People need time and space to calm down, gather their thoughts, speak rationally, calmly, effectively, all that. But if they never want to talk about something, like ever, and sweep everything under the rug, that's definitely a red flag. And then you have like the communication aspect of just like not communicating, period. So let's say you are used to talking to somebody every day, and then one day you just don't hear from them. They just go completely silent. That, I'm sure, will make you feel some type of way, right? And sometimes people be like, I don't owe anybody anything. Like, I don't have to talk to you every day, whatever. And it's like, okay, that's fine. But I also feel like, yes, you do. And because if we're supposed to be like dating each other, getting to know each other, the behavior in the dating phase is a reflection of how the relationship will go. Do you think it would be okay just to go MIA in the relationship? Absolutely not. Would it be okay for me to do it? Absolutely not. Set people's expectations. Like, I get that sometimes we want our own space. We don't feel like talking all the time or whatever the case may be. A simple, hey, like, I'm gonna be busy today, you might not hear from me, I'm taking some time to myself, like, I'll talk to you later, whatever the case may be. Like, set people's expectation, and so that people won't feel insecure or questioning like your intentions or like what you're doing, whether you're being sneaky, if you're serious about them. It's that simple. I don't know why people feel like they don't need to communicate those types of things, because I think that one of the qualities that you need in a partner that you like going to be in a relationship with, and if you're dating to marry, for sure, is reliability and consistency. So yeah, communicate with people, set their expectations so they know what's going on. Oh, someone said criticizing their ex. I think that, yes, I would say that this is like, for sure, have you ever dated somebody and they like always talking about their ex? Any opportunity that they get to like bring up their ex in a situation, they do. Like, oh yeah, my ex used to, whatever it is, like, that definitely is a red flag. Because like, are you not over your ex? Either they haven't gotten over their ex or they haven't healed from the hurt or the trauma of the relationship. Either way, sis, you need to find a nearest exit, okay? Because in situations like that, it can either go one or two ways. So they're either going to be looking to you to fulfill all of their needs that the ex wasn't able to, or you're not going to be able to do anything good enough because they're going to constantly be comparing you to their ex, because like secretly deep down, that's really where they want to be. So yeah, stay away from that. Just stop answering their calls. If you got somebody that's doing that, stop answering their calls. And to me, back to what I was saying about the whole children's mother, I mean, like the parent thing, if it's somebody that has kids, like that falls into that category for me. Like, if somebody's always like bad talking or bad mouthing their child's mother or father, yeah, that's a no-go. There's a time and a place for those types of conversations, you know what I'm saying? But they shouldn't like monopolize the conversations that you're having with somebody that you're dating all the time. Cause like, why you feel comfortable talking to me about that? If it's in context and it adds value to our conversation, cool. But like, don't be calling me, venting to me about your son mother and like why she was late picking him up from school. Like, I don't care. I mean, unless we get to that point in our relationship, but definitely not in the dating phase. Absolutely not. It's this, oh my gosh, there's so many red flags on this list that I knew was red flags, and I didn't leave. Like I stayed and continued on. Girl, I look these, honey. It's the bags for me. Like, I don't know what's going on. Somebody says secret kids, but I don't feel like that's a red flag. Like, girl, if you find out that they got secret kids, that's a deal breaker. What you mean secret kids? Like y'all met and y'all was dating and they told you that they didn't have kids and they ended up having kids? Or like y'all was together in a relationship and then they had a child and like you found out? Like, what you mean? I need some more clarification on that. Somebody said she starts off by saying in the beginning, I can be a handful. I don't feel like that's a red flag. Because, listen, I'm a handful, baby, but that's what you got 2 of them for. Okay? Period. Brags about how little he cares about everything. If someone just is, like, super nonchalant about every single thing, I feel like that is definitely a red flag. That is an indicator of them having like some kind of wall up or emotional block, them being emotionally unavailable. And depending on what you want out of dating, you don't want to be out here dating nobody that's emotionally unavailable. That will never work. Also, a red flag, which I've been there, save yourself the time and the drama, okay? Poor money management. Is that a red flag? I feel like that is a bit harsh, Because sometimes people just aren't born, like, poor money, let me get my thoughts together. Money management is not, it doesn't come innate to people. Like, and I think that that is a skill that you have to practice. Depending on what type of life you've been living, like, you know, you may not, that may have worked for you. So I don't necessarily feel like poor money management is a red flag. I think not wanting to learn how to improve your money management skills is a red flag. Again, I don't know if this is a red flag or if this is a deal breaker, because how would you, I feel like until we like talking about getting married and stuff, or if we are cohabitating, my finances are none of your business. And that's just what it is.
I said what I said,
As
and
always.
I'm not changing on it, okay?
So who are you to say that I got poor money management? It might be true or it may not be, but I just don't feel like that's anybody's business in terms of a relationship. Like, I don't think that there is how people spend their money. I don't think it's any of your business when you're dating someone until, you know, you're talking about marriage where finances will be combined, or, you know, you're talking about cohabitating, moving in, living together, where again, your money management can affect my life significantly. Other than that, I don't think it's nobody's business how somebody spend their money. As long as it doesn't affect what y'all got going on in the relationship, it's none of your business, you know? Not answering the phone around you, yeah, that's definitely a red flag. Like, if somebody doing that, just let that be the last time they don't answer the phone around you. Don't stick around and wait. Like, that's it. Cut it off right then and there, because their significant other is at home trying to figure out what's taking them so long to bring the baby some Pampers back from the store. Okay? As far as I'm concerned, that's what that means. So, someone else said, no sense of humor, conversation sucks. I don't know if that's a red flag. Well, maybe no sense of humor might be a red flag, because that means that they take themselves too seriously. And, like, I am so silly and like to laugh all the time. So, yeah, if you can't laugh at yourself or with me, it's not gonna work. So maybe they like super uptight, but maybe you can have, if you are a person who has a good sense of humor, maybe you can help to loosen them up a bit. Pay attention to how they treat the waitress or waiter. That's a good one. I mean, I feel like you should pay attention to how they treat anybody, like, especially people who don't owe them anything, or they aren't gaining anything from that person. I feel like that is indicative of, like, just their character. Anybody that will be rude to somebody handling their food, they don't love their life, and you need to get away. That's dangerous, and I don't want no parts of that. I'm not feeling my brows today. Saying stuff like, no, you the one with money. Guys, why do y'all say that? Like, what does that even mean? What is that about? Like, what does that mean that you think that she got more money than you? I'm so confused about that saying, and I've been seeing it on like Twitter a lot, and I don't get it. Like, I don't get, what does that mean? Can the fellas in the room, can y'all tell me what that means? What does that mean? Let's see what else. Inconsistency. This should have probably been one of the inconsistency is like the top red flag, biggest red flag, and it's so common. Like, people do it so much. People are super inconsistent. If somebody is inconsistent, they have something else going on. Now, I'm not saying that you have to, like, not entertain them anymore. Child, I almost put my eye out. Okay, I'm not saying that you have to, like, not entertain them anymore, but you should just be prepared to that, like, it's not going nowhere. If they inconsistent, it's because they're either, like, entertaining multiple other people, or it's somebody who really got their attention. And either way, if you are looking for something serious, it's not the place for you, baby. You should just go ahead on and find you somebody better, okay? Somebody that got time. You don't always just want to be available anytime somebody calls you if they're inconsistent, because that means that they can just do whatever they want to do and you'll always be there. You might just be like, oh, I really like this person and I want to spend time with them, and it's like, that may be it on your end, But they may get the message of like, oh, I can just do whatever to this person and they don't care. I can treat them however, I can give them whatever I want, and I can still have my way with them. And you don't want anybody to feel like they can take advantage of you, your time, your feelings, your kindness, or any of that stuff. So yeah, cut them off. Cut them off. Telling someone you're not looking for a relationship, but yet you want to date. Oh my goodness. This, I feel like, probably is going to be controversial. Like, I don't understand why people be like, oh, I'm not looking for anything serious, but yet they date consistently. Like, and when I say consistently, I mean like dating one person consistently. You saying you don't want to be in a relationship, you don't want anything serious, but I'm talking to you every day all day, and I'm staying the night, and we're going on dates. Make it make sense. This for sure is a red flag. If you got some, listen, if you got somebody that's telling you, oh, I don't want nothing serious, like I'm just living life, I'm just enjoying life, or whatever happens, like let's just let it flow, and like, girl, bye. Because they gonna play, and we don't have time for that. If you want something serious, now if you trying to play too, by all means, have at it. If you're looking for something serious and you notice that somebody is doing that, they gotta go. Another one for inconsistency, bitten nails. If he bites his nails, run fast. I just want to talk about that for a second, because the same as guys like for women to keep themselves up, have good personal hygiene, make sure their nails look nice, make sure their hair looks nice, and like they smell good and they look nice, and like all that. As much as guys like that in women, women enjoy that in men as well. So guys, please stop biting your nails. Just go get you a little manicure. It only costs $10, $15 at some places, where they will clean you up good. They will cut your nails down and file them for you. If you want, you can get a little clear, you know, however you feeling. And honestly, if you get the clear polish on your nails, that will deter you from biting them, because you don't want to bite the polish. You know what I mean? Them bitten down, like, ugly, nubby nails, I don't want them touching on me. I don't really know what that is indicative of. Maybe that is that he does not care about his physical appearance. I don't know. That's hilarious though. Someone else said, when you're the only person reaching out. I think that this kind of falls in the category of like inconsistency or lack of communication. But if you notice that you're the only person reaching out to somebody after like the second or third time and you don't get a response, yeah, cut it. You give them a few times, because like, you know, people have lives, people are busy, they be doing stuff. But after, like I said, like the second or third time that you reach out and you don't get anything back, just leave it alone, because that means they either are not interested in you anymore, or they found someone else who piques their interest a little bit more than you do. And it happens, you know, that's a part of the game. You just gotta charge it to the game. Alright babes, so that wraps up my get ready with me. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Keep your head on the swivel for those red flags, sis, okay? Because we see the red flags, but we turn a blind eye. Why do we do that? We need to stop doing that. We deserve better. Don't ignore the red flags. See them, acknowledge them, accept them. Sometimes it can be things that you can help the person work on or improve, but if you don't see it as a good investment, just keep it moving and on to the next. I had a lot of fun making this video. I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching it. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and take care of that now. And if you want to be notified every time I upload a video, go ahead and click that little bell that's next to the subscribe button, so you'll get a notification every time I upload. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. I'll make sure that I link that down in the description box below. And until next time, babes.